Welcome to The World in Social. I'm Chris Rieger with your look at the week in social media news. Thanks to Social News Desk, powering social for over 1,500 newsrooms on 5 continents. Find out more at socialnewsdesk.com. Coming up in this edition, our first edition, the latest online stats show a jump in the number of Aussies on Facebook. 2 Aussie blokes apologise over a boxing bout live stream. A big star shies away from social. 4 reasons why your employees should be on Facebook, and later, the young Sydney woman who has become an Insta sensation. The latest social media statistics for Australia, published on socialmedianews.com.au this month, show another 1 million Australians have jumped on Facebook over summer. There are now 16 million active Aussie users on the social networking site, easily making it the number 1 platform for January. And that's a huge number, with over 65% of Australians on Facebook. To break it down, that's almost 7 in 10 of us. 1 in 2 Australians use YouTube, 1 in 5 Australians use Instagram, and 1 in 6 Australians use Snapchat. And for those who still think it's the late 90s, MySpace is still hanging in the top 20, with 80,000 active users in Australia. It seems Foxtel has decided to back away from legal action against 2 Aussie blokes who live-streamed the recent Danny Green-Anthony Mundine boxing match. It's understood both streams attracted tens of thousands of viewers at the time. Foxtel originally said it was considering options and taking advice from lawyers on what it considered a very serious matter. The pay TV provider lost out because they were charging viewers up to $59.95 to watch the fight live. In a statement, the Foxtel CEO said rather than taking legal action, they decided to take the opportunity to educate both of them about the significant harm such actions bring to the production of local Australian content, including live sports. Both men have since posted apologies on Facebook, acknowledging they knew it was illegal and the wrong thing to do, and understood that Foxtel and the event promoters invested hundreds of thousands of dollars to produce the fight and to broadcast it. As stars like Lady Gaga and Beyoncé light up social media, there's at least one big star who's moving away from it altogether. Ed Sheeran started a temporary digital detox back in December 2015, but recently told Sydney's Daily Telegraph it might be permanent. You see, Ed thinks, quote, social media is a load of shit. He's okay with using it to push his music. In fact, he says it's a brilliant platform for that. But he also thinks there's a large amount of stuff on there that just makes kids feel bad about themselves. He says people post selfies because they feel insecure about themselves, then in turn make everyone else feel insecure about themselves because they're looking at that photo thinking, why don't I look like that? Although Ed said he fell victim to social for a while, he's now happier off social media. And the one thing he's noticed, he speaks to people more. Fancy that. Facebook in the office, do the two go hand in hand? Is it a distraction, or could your workers be gaining you potential new customers? According to Entrepreneur.com, there are 4 very good reasons why you should let your workers take some time out on Facebook during the day. 1, meaningful distractions. Yes, distractions can actually be meaningful and have the ability to boost your workers' overall productivity. You see, the human mind isn't built to solve problems for hours at a time. In fact, some of our best problem solving happens in the unconscious mind once we've stepped away from the problem. A few minutes of social media gives our brains a chance to relax, and it also enables us to look at a problem with a fresh set of eyes. Number 2, news and information. With social media platforms these days, especially Facebook and Twitter, it's all about syndicating and spreading news. Now, if you're a content maker or marketer, browsing your newsfeed is a necessity, so you know exactly what your demographic's talking about, and you can brainstorm new ideas as well. For salespeople, think of the opportunities, and for programmers, it might be a chance to learn about some new technology. Number 3, networking and communication. Social media is a powerful networking tool, as we know, and every new contact in your or your employees' personal social networks is another potential customer, client, or partner. And number 4, personal branding. The most powerful way your employees can use social media is for their personal brands. Personal brands in general tend to be trusted more than corporate brands. They're seen as friendlier, more trustworthy, and easier to approach. That means that whether you like it or not, your employees are serving as soft brand ambassadors for your company. At the end of the day, though, it's all about balance, and if you're not careful, you can end up scrolling through cat videos for hours on end. As long as you instill the right social media values, it should and can be something you should encourage as a team leader, though. Has social media changed how we take our holidays? I mean, everything is now right at your fingertips, from the cheapest accommodation and airfares to hidden places you'll want to stay and discover. Young Sydney woman Sarah Cohen thinks social media has definitely had an impact on travel. In the past 12 months, her travel pics on Instagram, mostly of her with ocean animals, have gone viral. In fact, since last September, she's gone from 20,000 followers to 241,000. She's told the Daily Telegraph Instagram has enabled her to present the experience of travel through her own lens, a passion for travel that was ignited by her father, who first took her to Japan and India. Sarah says by being photographed with all types of sharks in their natural environment, she's showing that they pose no threat, as long as you're respectful to them. And that's all for this edition of The World in Social. I'm Chris Rieger. Join me next week as we explore the world in social, thanks to Social News Desk, powering social for over 1,500 newsrooms on 5 continents. Find out more at socialnewsdesk.com.